Chad, you said so many key words that mean so much to me from education, training. I mean, working on various types of properties. I wanted to ask you this. Since you've worked on these various types of properties, and it seems from luxury apartments all the way to commercial spaces, I'm assuming you've encountered some diverse challenges and maybe even resident demographics. How has this really influenced you or influenced your experience, your leadership style, and really the ability to transform and adapt to those different environments?
Well, and once again, that's those are lessons that we learn along the way, right? Sometimes we don't know what we don't know until we're in a situation we don't know about. And I found myself in that position several times. What I've come to find in my old age, if you break it down to four simple things, no matter if it's an affordable property, a commercial property, an A plus property, anywhere in between, if you can achieve everything to be safe, functional, clean, and timely, your worries are greatly diminished. And it's that simple. What I found out along the way, because once again, we have maintenance mentor programs, right? And what I found as I developed these for other companies and here is that sometimes you have to teach maintenance people how to teach people. Just because someone is a very good maintenance person or maintenance supervisor does not make them a good mentor, a good teacher. You have to want to do that and be interested in that. And when you take somebody and try to force them into that role, it usually doesn't work out. But what I'd found early on in my career is when we had our first group of mentors, the first group of mentors were, of course, your star maintenance, right? They're the ones that they're really good. They know their stuff. Usually those people along the way have achieved a level or a position at a property, say that is, it's usually a larger property, right? It's usually a little bit more higher end property because that's how you work your way up in property management, really. And what I found out is that sometimes we had a great program where we're sticking people with an actual maintenance mentor for 4 to 6 months, teaching them how to do maintenance and interact with residents and doing all those things. And then when we went to place them in their own position, sometimes that was at a B property or a C property. I hate to say that in my past I've worked at F properties. I know they don't teach that, but I've been on some that were F'd up, like really bad. And what I didn't account for in the beginning was there is a little bit of a shock value when you go from an A property to a C property. And you don't understand or you don't take into account the fact that they're just things to be done. They're just in a different setting. And sometimes you do deal with a different group of people, but also too, that the same thing rings true. If you treat everyone with respect and you communicate well with them, usually more often than not, the situation is totally fine. That was something that I did learn over the years that, so sometimes so what I did is I adjusted where our mentors are. I made sure that I had mentors on the B level, C level, and then we even got fancy enough to go ahead and switch our mentors and our trainees partway through their training so they could experience working on different types of properties before they got to the end.